Hi everyone and welcome to this week's tech tip. Today we're going to talk about the workflow when we need to make some extra edits outside the panel's properties. We're going to be focusing mainly on floors and ceiling panels today, but it's very similar to walls. You usually have some extra edits that you can use outside panels properties, and they will all be here under the edits menu. As you can see, you can either add extra members, delete members. You can also modify existing elements of your panel, or you can also use edits one. So these will be the main ones, the main edits that we would use outside panels properties. So for example, edits one will also work just like in walls. You could, for example, select this joist and just quickly add another one with Revit commands just by copy and pasting it. Again, just like in walls, if I am just modifying this manually with Revit, will not be included in my panel. The minute I regenerate, this joist will disappear. So if I do want to save that to my panel, I can either use the add extra members, or I can just go ahead and run edits one. So after I run edits one, just like in walls, it will pin my member to my panel. This joist now has the correct parameters. It has its own BIMSF label, and it is part of the panel. Same thing if, let's say, I need to delete something. So let's say if I select another joist and I hit my delete with my keyboard delete. And then again, if I do want to save this change, I can come here to my edits and I can hit edits one again. And this change will also be saved to my panel. Now, for deleting members, you could also use the delete generated or the delete by coordinates. The difference is that the coordinates will save the location where you are deleting the member, not just the label. In that case, if you have any other changes to your panel or if you add other joists afterwards, if it is deleted by coordinates, it will not come back to your panel at that location. If you delete only by referencing the label, this member here at that specific location could come back in case you have a change in your labels, okay? So if you need to make sure that you are deleting an element at a specific location of your panel, we would recommend you to use the delete by coordinates. If it is related to the label itself, so even if you make changes, you still want to always delete J11 from your panel, then you can use the other one, and J11 will always be deleted from your panel. Now, let's say I want to revert back some changes. If I come here to properties, so even though these changes were made outside the panel's properties, once you save that to your panel, you will see them in this tab here, the edits tab, and you can see what was changed manually or outside panel's properties in your panel. So from here, if you need, let's say, to revert back the change that where you deleted J7 in this case, you could just highlight that edit and hit delete here. And by doing this, you are just reverting back the operation that you did to delete J7. So J7 will come back to your panel. If J7 was deleted by coordinates, we would see the coordinates where the exact location in the project for that specific member, and that specific member at that location, regardless of the label, will also come back if I delete the operation. For added members, you can't really delete and revert back from here. If you hit delete, you would see this warning, and it's telling us that for that operation, we need to either use delete generated members, or you could manually delete again and run edits one again. Okay, so for added members, this is just a list and reference for you to know which members got manually added to the panel. But for reverting back deleted members, then you could do it from here. This is also important because sometimes you could possibly save this to your template. So if you are creating new panels with a custom template, and let's say for some reason there's extra members where it shouldn't be, or maybe it's missing a member somewhere, it's always good to also check this tab because you could have saved those extra edits accidentally in your template. Okay, so let's just go ahead and click OK. And we will see in this case that J7 will come back. So here it is again. And that's how you would do extra edits in your floor or ceiling panels. I hope you guys enjoyed it and see you guys next week.